Hello bachcho, welcome to JEENious classes. Today we are going to start with how to find out the range of any function. This is the first lecture of finding range of functions, and today we are going to discuss about how to find out the range of trigonometric functions. In the subsequent coming classes, I will discuss of finding out the range of other form of functions, but we are going to concentrate in this lecture only for trigonometric functions. As we will all see, people used to say that range is a difficult part of function chapter. Why it is so? Because there is no hard and fast rule of finding out range of any function. जैसे डोमेन में हम लोगों के पास एक रूल है कि you have to find out the values of x such that the function is defined. But in case of range, ऐसा कोई मेथड यहाँ पर नहीं है. In this class, we will learn finding out the range of trigonometric functions और देखेंगे हम लोग यहाँ पर सब कुछ हम लोग का यूज होता है. मतलब यहाँ पर जितना भी algebra part हम लोग किए हैं वो काम में आता है, like inequations, logarithm, particularly graphs, and everything will come into the picture while finding out the range. That is why stay tuned to us till end of the video, otherwise you will not understand. If any part of my lecture is missed, then you will not understand finding out the range, not only for trigonometric functions, but also for the other functions. So let's start the class. Before starting, if you are new to my channel, please do subscribe and press the bell icon so that you get notified about all the new videos I upload in this channel. Don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends. Don't forget to comment me. You people are not commenting. Please comment me so that I can make videos of this kind in the future because it inspires me. If you have any doubt, definitely comment. I will definitely answer your query. So let's begin the class. देखो बच्चों एक चीज, मानो I have given you y is equals to sin x. First of all, domain matlab we are finding out the values of x for which the function is defined, or range is finding out the values of y. Finding out the values of y kya value lega for that function. Okay, so that is how we find out the range of any function. Range matlab finding out the values of y. जैसे यहां पर देखो y equals to sin x है, तो what is the domain? Your domain is x belongs to any real value. And what is the range? Range matlab what is the value of y that it will take? Y will take the value from -1 to 1. Is it clear? So this is the range of the function. That is the values of y for that function. Is it clear? Now let us take y is equals to, let us say, √3 sin x plus cos x. In this lecture, what we will try to do, we will do all the varieties of trigonometric functions for finding its range. So you will be comfortable with trigonometric functions mixed with the special functions for finding its range. So if y equals to √3 sin x plus cos x, how to find out the range? इसका range हम लोग कैसे निकालेंगे? Okay, देखो बच्चों, ये चीज हम लोग ऑलरेडी ट्रिगोनोमेट्री में कर चुके हैं. एक चीज याद रखना, कभी भी रेंज का प्रॉब्लम में, if there is sin x and cos x mixed, always try to convert this expression in terms of one trigonometric function, either in sine or in cos, right? जैसे यहां पर हम लोग क्या करेंगे, we will take let √3 equals to r cos theta and 1 which is the coefficient of cos x, I will take that as r sin theta. Now question can arise कि सर यहां पर अगर हम ये चीज उल्टा लेते हैं तो क्या आंसर आएगा? बिल्कुल आएगा. So don't worry about it. एक को हम लोग लेंगे r cos theta, दूसरे को हम लोग लेंगे r sin theta according to the demand of the question. So in this case, if I square both sides and add, हम लोग को पास क्या आ रहा है? r square is basically 3 plus 1 मतलब r is coming to 2. Okay? Therefore, this expression now becomes like what? R cos theta sin x plus r sin theta cos x. So if I take r common, we are having sin x plus theta. Now we all know whatever may be the value of x plus theta, sine of x plus theta always lies between -1 and 1. And if I multiply with r in all sides, we are going to have something like this. R sine x plus theta. This is nothing but our expression, and which is lying between minus r. R ka value is 2. So it is lying between -2 and 2. Therefore, the range for this function, that is the value of y, will lie between -2 to 2. That's your answer. Is it clear to all of you? So what we have learned from this question? We have learned that whenever there is a mixture of sin x and cos x, isko convert kar do in one trigonometric function, either in sine or in cos, right? And then by applying the rule that sin theta always lies between -1 and 1, we can find out the range of that function. अच्छा बच्चों, एक चीज मानो, ये इक्वेशन अगर हम ऐसे देंगे तो y is equals to √3 sin x plus cos x, मान लो यहां पर +6 है. यहां पर क्या करेंगे हम लोग? देखो, ये वाला जो चीज है, तुम इस +6 को थोड़े देर के लिए भूल जाओ. सपोज दिस इज नॉट हियर, तो इसके लिए हम लोग क्या करेंगे? सेम एग्जैक्टली सेम मेथड फॉलो करेंगे, और करने के बाद वी आर गेटिंग r sin x प्लस थीटा, और यहां पर +6 है. अभी हम लोग देखा कि sin of x प्लस थीटा, दिस ऑलवेज लाइज बिटवीन -1 and 1. मतलब क्या हुआ? r, इफ आई मल्टीप्लाई विथ r, तब ये क्या हो रहा है? -r से r. मतलब क्या हुआ? r sin x plus theta is lying between -2 and +2. Is it clear? क्योंकि r का वैल्यू इज 2. बच्चों देखो, यहां पर हम लोग ले लिए था कि ये मेरा एक्सप्रेशन है, लेकिन इन दिस प्रॉब्लम ये मेरा एक्सप्रेशन नहीं है, क्योंकि r sin x plus theta ये किसको रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं? ये सिर्फ इसको रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं, राइट? लेकिन मेरा एक्सप्रेशन में क्या है? +6 है. So to get the expression हम क्या करेंगे? हम all the sides 6 से ऐड कर देंगे. मतलब क्या होगा? This is 6 minus 2, this is 6 plus 2. मतलब अभी देखो, ये चीज मेरा एक्सप्रेशन है, isn't it so? ये मेरा एक्सप्रेशन है. मतलब मेरा एक्सप्रेशन कहां से कहां तक लाई कर रहे हैं? From 4 to 8. मतलब ये इस फंक्शन का जो रेंज आया, वो रेंज क्या आया? The range is what? The range is closed 4, closed 8. Is it clear to all of you? Absolutely. Okay. Let me take another problem. Let us say y is equals to mod of sin x plus cos x. अभी हम क्या करेंगे? प्रॉब्लम को थोड़ा थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट लेवल बढ़ाते रहेंगे. डिफिकल्ट लेवल मतलब इस ट्रिगोनोमेट्रिक फंक्शंस के अंदर मेरा क्या होगा? कुछ स्पेशल फंक्शंस आएगा. So now we will learn how to handle this kind of problems. तो इसको कैसे करेंगे? y is equals to mod of sin x plus cos x. चलो बच्चों, एक काम करते हैं, इसको हम लोग मतलब y dash हम लोग लेते हैं sin x plus cos x. Let us say your y dash is sin x plus cos x. मतलब y dash का स्क्वायर कितना होगा? if sin x plus cos x का होल स्क्वायर, मतलब sin square x plus cos square x plus 2 sin x cos x. करेक्ट? मतलब क्या हुआ? 1 plus sin 2x. मतलब क्या हुआ? sin 2x is coming like y dash square minus 1. Now we all know that sin 2x always lies between -1 and 1, whatever may be the value of x. Therefore, your y dash square minus 1 is lying between -1 and 1, क्योंकि sin 2x तो मेरा y dash square -1 है. मतलब यहां से मुझे मिल रहा है y dash square is nothing but line from 0 to 2. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? Y dash is coming like line between 0 and √2, or it is lying between -√2 and 0. Tell me yes or no? Okay. Now you see, y dash is sin x plus cos x. मेरा फंक्शन क्या है? Mod of sin x plus cos x. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? Y is basically mod of y dash. Mod of y dash. Y dash लाई कर रहे 0 से √2 के अंदर, तो इसका मॉड्यूलस क्या होगा? Y का y dash is lying from 0 to √2. Every value is positive. Therefore, we can write your y also belongs from 0 to √2. Tell me yes or no. Now, y dash is lying from -√2 to 0. Y dash is lying from -√2 to 0 also. लेकिन उसका अगर mod लोगे, if you take modulus of any values ranging from -√2 to 0, it will give you a value lying between 0 and √2, because modulus is always positive. It cannot take the negative value. Therefore, the range for this function will be nothing but from 0 to √2. Is it clear to all of you? Absolutely. Okay, बच्चों, यहां पर अगर हम थोड़ा सा मॉडिफाई करें ये सम को, जैसे लेट मी जस्ट इरेज दिस पोर्शन. अभी बच्चों देखो, सेम क्वेश्चन हम ले रहे हैं, सिर्फ यहां पर हम एक एक्स्ट्रा चीज दे रहे हैं, दैट इज दिस इज विद इन द बॉक्स फंक्शन, दैट इज ग्रेटेस्ट इंटीजर फंक्शन, राइट? तो ये सम को हम लोग हैंडल कैसे करेंगे? जस्ट नाउ व्हाट वी हैव लर्न, वी हैव लर्न दैट modulus of sin x plus cos x, it is lying from 0 to √2. It is lying from 0 to √2. इसका मतलब ये जो y है, ये y के अंदर जो भी मान लो ये तुम्हारा y dash है. Okay, this is our y dash. Let us say here your y dash is basically modulus of sin x plus cos x. Don't confuse with that y dash with this y dash, right? So this y dash is basically modulus of sin x plus cos x. Now your y dash is lying between 0 and √2. So what will be the value of its greatest integer function? Look it very carefully. If y dash is greater than equals to 0 less than 1, तब मेरा box of y dash क्या होगा? 0. और अगर y dash लाई कर रहे from 1 से √2 के अंदर, then your box y dash will be equals to 1. मतलब y का वैल्यू क्या ले रहा है? ये सिर्फ ले रहा है either 0 or 1. Is it clear or not? Because modulus of sin x plus cos x is lying between 0 and √2. तो 0 and √2 के अंदर इसका जो greatest integer function होगा, because that is my function right now, उसका वैल्यूज क्या हो सकते हैं? either 0 or 1. और तो इसको छोड़ के और वो कोई वैल्यू नहीं ले सकते, because your y dash, which is your modulus of sin x plus cos x, is lying from 0 to √2. Is it clear? Therefore, the required range for this function is only 0 and 1. Is it clear to all of you? Absolutely. Okay, let me take another problem. Let us take a problem like y is equals to modulus of sin x plus modulus of cos x. Okay, इसका कैसे होगा? एक काम करते हैं, इसको पहले ही हम बोथ साइड स्क्वायर कर दें. इसको पहले ही हम बोथ साइड स्क्वायर कर दें. I will suggest all the students to pause the video right now and try this problem by your own, because I have already given you a hint for this sum. Okay, then if you have failed to do the problem, then you come and see the video solution, right? Now, if I open this, a plus b whole square, so we are going to have like this. Okay, so modulus of sin x square is same as writing sin square x. cos square x and this is modulus of sin 2x. बच्चों ये कितना हो रहा है 1 plus modulus of sin 2x. Okay, so modulus of sin 2x ये कितना आ रहा है y square minus 1. We all know that modulus of sin 2x always lies between 0 and 1. ये कभी नेगेटिव होगा नहीं. Okay, मतलब क्या हुआ y square minus 1 is lying between 0 and 1 implies y square is lying between 1 and 2. That implies your y is lying between either 1 and root 2 or y is lying between minus root 2 and minus 1. But you see, y is modulus of sin x plus modulus of cos x. दोनों ही तो पॉजिटिव है, तो y कभी नेगेटिव होगा नहीं. मतलब ये वैल्यू हम लोग रिजेक्ट कर देंगे. Is it clear? This value I will reject and we will say that your y belongs to closed 1 to closed root 2. And that is the range. That is the range for this function. Is it clear to all of you? Absolutely. Okay, बच्चों, इसको ही अगर हम थोड़ा सा modify करें. Now, if I write the same question by giving you a greatest integer sign. If there is a greatest integer sign, then what will happen? Modulus of sin x plus cos x. Look at very carefully. So simple. Because this sum came in IITJEE. Mod of sin x plus mod of cos x. This is lying between 1 and root 2. So simple. This we have already proved. अभी इसका जो ग्रेटेस्ट इंटीजर फंक्शन है वो क्या वैल्यू लेगा? रूट 2 का वैल्यू कितना होता है 1.414. मतलब मॉड्यूलस ऑफ sin x प्लस मॉड्यूलस ऑफ cos x इज लाइंग बिटवीन 1 and 1.414. मतलब इसका जो ग्रेटेस्ट इंटीजर फंक्शन है that will take the value only 1. Yes or no? Therefore, the range for this function will be what? Only 1. Only 1. Is it clear? Because actually the question came in area under curve and there they have asked for to draw that graph of y equals to box modulus of sin x plus modulus of cos x. Now you have understood that box of modulus of sin x plus modulus of cos x is nothing but 1. Therefore, the graph for this function will be what? It is nothing but y equals to 1. That is this line. Okay. So, this is the graph for y equals to greatest integer function modulus of sin x plus modulus of cos x. Is it clear to all of you? Absolutely. Okay. Let me take the next problem. Now, let us take the problem y is equals to root over greatest integer function sin 2x minus greatest integer function cos 2x, right? And we have to find out the range for this function. Okay? बच्चों देखो, to define the function, box of sin 2x must be greater than or equals to box of cos 2x. This is the important part, right? To define the function. Now we all know that sin 2x या cos 2x always lies between minus 1 से 1. लेकिन box of sin 2x ये तो integer है. So between minus 1 and 1, what are the integers that box of sin 2x can assign? Either it is minus 1 or 0 or 1. Similarly, box of cos 2x, this also assigns the value minus 1, 0 or 1, right? Because they are integers. Now, let us draw the graph of sin 2x. बच्चों देखो sin 2x का ग्राफ कैसे होता है? Like this. This is my 0. This is pi by 2. This is pi. This is 3 pi by 2. This is 2 pi. Okay. This is the graph of y equals to sin x. अभी बच्चों sin 2x का ग्राफ क्या होगा? sin 2x का ग्राफ क्या होता है? It simply contracts along the x-axis by 2 units. मतलब जहां पर ये pi by 2 है, this point, it will be pi by 4 because it has been contracted by 2 units. ये वाला pi है, मतलब ये हो जाएगा मेरा क्या? pi by 2. यहां पर है 3 pi by 2, मतलब ये हो जाएगा 3 pi by 4. Again, this is 2 pi, so ये बन जाएगा क्या? ये बन जाएगा मेरा only pi. Is it clear? Is it clear? So this is the graph of y is equals to sin 2x, right? Okay. Now, बच्चों, let me draw the graph of y equals to cos 2x. Again, cos 2x में क्या होगा? cos x का जो ग्राफ है वो x एक्सिस along में कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होगा 2 यूनिट्स. मतलब वो ग्राफ देखने में कैसे होगा? सेम थिंग. It will come something like this. It will come here. It will go up like this and this. That's it. ये पोर्शन क्या है? This is what? ये मेरा थोड़ा ऊपर चला गया. Okay, it is understandable. It is understandable, right? This part is actually यहाँ पर जा. This is my 1. And this is my minus 1. Is it clear? Okay, क्योंकि y का वैल्यू चेंज नहीं होगा. It will simply contract along the x-axis. Okay, बच्चों अभी देखो box of sin 2x ये कब -1 होगा? box of sin 2x कब -1 होगा? सोचो, when sin 2x is lying between the values -1 and 0. When sin 2x is lying between the values -1 and 0, तब मेरा box of sin 2x बन जाएगा -1. अभी इस ग्राफ में ऑब्जर्व करो, कहां पर sin 2x is lying between -1 and 0. It is very clear because white graph is basically the graph of y equals to sin 2x. Abhi we can observe very carefully that when x is lying between pi by 2 and pi, when x is lying between pi by 2 and pi, in that case, your box of sin 2x will assign the value -1 because all the values ranging from pi by 2 to pi, sin 2x is assigning the value between -1 and 0. Therefore, its box, that is the greatest integer function of that function, will be equals to -1. In this case, it is box of sin 2x. Is it clear to all of you? Absolutely. Okay. बच्चों अभी ऑब्जर्व करो, जब x लाई कर रहा है pi by 2 से pi, तब मेरा sin 2x बन रहा है -1. In that case, what about your box of cos 2x? Right? अभी देखो cos 2x pi by 2 से pi के अंदर क्या क्या वैल्यू असाइन कर रहे हैं? किस रेंज पे ये वैल्यू असाइन कर रहे हैं? सिर्फ cos 2x from pi by 2 to 3 pi by 4. Observe it carefully. From pi by 2 to 3 pi by 4, इसके अंदर all the values that cos 2x is assigning is between -1 and 0. मतलब here box of cos 2x will be -1. Box of cos 2x will be -1. When x is lying between pi by 2 and 3 pi by 4. pi by 2 and 3 pi by 4. लेकिन
3 pi by 4 से pi
जब x लाई कर रहे हैं तब cos x is taking the values between 0 and 1. So in that case, the greatest integer function of cos 2x will be nothing but 0. So your box of cos 2x is assigning the value -1 or 0. When your box of sin 2x is assigning the value -1. Is it clear? Okay, let us say when box of sin 2x is assigning the value 0. But your box of sin 2x 0 value कब लेगा? When sin 2x is lying between 0 and 1. अभी इस ग्राफ में देखो कहां पर sin 2x is assigning the value from 0 to 1. It is clear that from 0 to pi by 2. From 0 to pi by 2. जब है, in that case, your box of sin 2x is assigning the value 0. Why? Because from 0 to pi by 2, your sin 2x is ranging its value from 0 to 1. और उसका ग्रेटेस्ट इंटीजर फंक्शन होगा 0. So when box of sine 2x is 0, we can say that x is lying between 0 and pi by 2. But what about cos of 2x? Box of cos 2x. बच्चों cos 2x का वैल्यू इसके बीच में कहां से कहां तक लाई कर रहे हैं? When x is lying between 0 and pi by 2, your cos x is ranging the value. देखो अच्छा से, when x is from 0 to pi by 4, from 0 to pi by 4, your cos x is ranging from 0 to 1. Your cos x is ranging from 0 to 1. Therefore, box of cos 2x will be nothing but 0 in that case. कब? जब 0 से pi by 4 के अंदर है. और देखो बच्चों, pi by 4 से जब pi by 2 के अंदर है, in that case, your cos 2x is assigning all the values between -1 and 0. So, in that case, your box of cos 2x will take the value -1. मतलब यहां पर ये हो सकता है -1. मतलब जब box of sin 2x is 0, in that case your box of cos 2x is either 0 or -1. Clear हुआ? अच्छा बच्चों, when your box of sin 2x will be 1, सोचो, when your box of sin 2x will be 1, तब तो हम बोलेंगे कि सर sin 2x is lying between 1 and 2. लेकिन sin 2x तो कभी 1 से ज्यादा होगा ही नहीं. कभी 1 से ज्यादा sin 2x का वैल्यू होगा ही नहीं. सो यहां पर क्या होगा? मन लगा के देखो, ओनली द पॉइंट pi by 4 इज देयर, जहां पर देखो बच्चों, फिर से हम यहां पर बोल रहे हैं, मेरा sin 2x क्या होगा? 1 से 2 के अंदर अगर लाई करेगा, देन यू विल से दैट बॉक्स ऑफ sin 2x इज 1. लेकिन sin 2x कभी भी 1 से ज्यादा होगा नहीं. कभी भी 1 से ज्यादा होगा नहीं. So the only possibility is that sin of 2x is taking the value 1. Because box of 1 is 1. अभी sin 2x 1 कहां पर हो रहा है? Only at this point x equals to pi by 4. मतलब क्या हुआ? जब x is equals to pi by 4, in that case your sin 2x is 1. Is it clear? अच्छा. Then box of sin 2x will be, obviously it is 1. क्योंकि box of 1 is always 1. At this point, what about your cos 2x का value? देखो बच्चों, at x equals to pi by 4, from the graph itself, we can easily see that your cos 2x is taking the value 0. मतलब box of cos 2x क्या होगा? Box of cos 2x will be only 0. कब? जब box of sin 2x is 1. Is it clear to all of you? Absolutely. Okay. अभी बच्चों, मुझे निकालना है y का वैल्यू क्या होगा. y का वैल्यू क्या होगा? देखो मन लगा, y क्या है मेरा? √over ऑफ बॉक्स ऑफ sin 2x माइनस बॉक्स ऑफ cos 2x. अभी एक काम करते हैं, हम थोड़ा सा एक चार्ट बना रहे हैं. देखो, और ये फंक्शन डिफाइन कब होगा? जब box of sin 2x is greater than equals to box of cos 2x. मन लगा के देखो. अभी देखो, box of sin 2x जब है -1, जब है -1, तब box of cos 2x क्या क्या वैल्यू ले सकते हैं? -1 या 0. Now, cos 2x can take the value -1, but it cannot take the value 0. Why? अगर box of cos 2x 0 वैल्यू ले लिया, मतलब क्या होगा? -1. In this condition, your -1 will be greater than equals to 0, which is not true. Is it clear? इसके लिए जब box of sin 2x -1 ले रहे हैं, then box of cos 2x will only take the value -1 to satisfy this condition. Clear हुआ? Now, जब box of sin 2x 0 लेगा, तब box of cos 2x क्या क्या ले सकते हैं? 0 ले सकते हैं, -1 ले सकते हैं. अभी देखेंगे ये कंडीशन क्या सेटिस्फाई कर रहे हैं. जब बॉक्स sin x इज 0, sin of 2x इज 0, तब अगर बॉक्स cos 2x 0 है, एक्सेप्टेड, बिकॉज 0 इज इक्वल टू 0. ओके, नाउ इफ बॉक्स ऑफ cos 2x टेक्स -1, तब भी इट इज ट्रू. व्हाई? बिकॉज बॉक्स ऑफ sin 2x इज 0, सो 0 इज ग्रेटर देन इक्वल्स टू -1. It is true because one condition is fulfilling. 0 is greater than -1. So this condition is fulfilled. Therefore, जब box of sin 2x is taking the value 0, your box of cos 2x can take both this value, either 0 or -1 to define the function. Okay, जब box of sin 2x is 1, the box of cos 2x is 0. This is accepted because 1 is greater than equals to 0, right? So, your box of sin 2x and box of cos 2x can take these values, right? So, now we have to find out what are the values y are assigning for these values of box of sin 2x and box of cos 2x. Now, let us consider the first case. When box of sin 2x is -1, box of cos 2x is -1, so your y is assigning the value 0. Am I correct? Because root over of -1 plus 1, that gives us 0, root 0 is 0. Okay, now when box of sin 2x is 0 and box of cos 2x is 0, then again 0 minus 0 in this function, 0 minus 0, y is again assigning the value 0. Now, when box of sin 2x is 0, but box of cos 2x is -1, see this one, it's -1, then the value of y will be what? Root over of 0 minus of -1, that is 0 plus 1, that is 1. So y is assigning the value 1 only. When box of sin 2x is 1, put it in this. When box of sin 2x is 1 and box of cos 2x is 0, then y is assigning the value again 1. Is it clear? Therefore, the range, it can be clearly seen that your range is nothing but the values 0 and 1. That is, your y will assign the values either 0 or 1. Is it clear? So that is the range for this function, under root box of cos 2x minus box of, box of sin 2x minus box of cos 2x. Is it clear to all of you? Absolutely wonderful sum, right? Let us move for the next problem. Now let us say, what is the range for y is equals to cos of sin x? What is the range for y equals to cos of sin x? Now somebody you are thinking, sir, it's very easy. We all know that cos x always lies between -1 and 1. Therefore, cos of sin x will also lie between -1 and 1. Bande mataram. हो गया, कम खत्म. It's wrong. It's wrong. Can you tell me why it is wrong? Because बच्चों देखो, cos x is lying between -1 and 1 तब when x belongs to any real value. जब x takes any real value, your cos x is lying from -1 to 1. I have no objection. But बच्चों यहां पर देखो, sin x जो है, मेरा फंक्शन एक्चुअली क्या है? cos of sin x. मतलब यहां पर मेरा जो x ट्रीट कर रहा है ये है sin x. लेकिन sin x क्या belongs to any real value? Is sin x belongs to any real value? No. So अगर, because sin x always lies between -1 to 1. मतलब it is not taking all the real values. So how can you say that cos of sin x will lie between -1 and 1? That is why I told you it is wrong. ये गलत होगा, राइट? तो कैसे करेंगे हम लोग? बच्चों देखो, एक चीज तो पक्का है, सिंपल कॉन्सेप्शन एकदम सिंपल रखो, जरा कॉम्प्लेक्स करने का जरूरत नहीं है. sin x always lies between -1 and 1. sin x लाई करते फ्रॉम -1 to 1. अभी मुझे देखना है ये जो y equals to cos of sin x दिया हुआ है, जब sin x लाई कर रहा है, एंगल इज लाइंग फ्रॉम -1 to 1, तब cos of sin x क्या वैल्यू ले रहे? So for that, let me just draw a graph of y equals to cos x. Y equals to cos x will look something like this, from -π/2 to π/2. π/2 का मतलब क्या है? It is almost equals to 1.57. So this is also -1.57. अभी बच्चों, जो एंगल है यहां पर, that is sin x, और वो लाई कर रहे -1 से 1 के बीच में. -1 कहां पर होगा? कहीं यहां पर होगा, और 1 कहां पर होगा? यहां पर कहीं पर होगा, राइट? तो उसका कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग वैल्यू ऑफ cos x कितना होगा? मतलब जब sin x ले रहे -1 तब y का वैल्यू क्या होगा? cos of -1 which is nothing but your cos 1. Similarly sin x जब लाई कर रहे 1, sin x जब है 1 तब sin x जब है 1 तब उसका corresponding value of y कितना होगा? बोलो भाई. It is cos 1 again. देखो cos 1. So this is cos 1. राइट अभी देखो sin x का वैल्यू क्या हो रहा है? इसके बीच में कहीं पर वो हो सकता है. एनी वैल्यू इट कैन टेक बिटवीन -1 and 1. नाउ ऑब्जर्व केयरफुली. व्हाट विल बी इट्स कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग वैल्यू? व्हाट विल बी इट्स कोई भी वैल्यू तुम ले लो इन दोनों के बीच में, -1 से 1 के बीच में. ऑब्जर्व करो मन लगा के कि योर y will lie. y मतलब cos of sin x. This value will always range between cos 1 and 1 because this is 1. So it will always lie between cos 1 and 1. बोलो हाँ कि ना? क्योंकि x का वैल्यू -1 से 1 के बीच में कुछ भी लो, the corresponding value of y will always be greater than or equals to cos 1 and it is always less than or equals to 1. Is it clear? मतलब इसका जो रेंज हुआ, इस फंक्शन का जो रेंज हुआ वो क्या हुआ? फ्रॉम cos 1 to 1. Is it clear? So that is the range for this function. Is it clear to all of you? Absolutely. Okay, let us just take another problem. Let me just modify this. Let us say y is equals to root over of log of cos of sin x. Log of cos of sin x. कैसे करोगे बच्चों? Pause the video and try it by yourself. If you cannot do it, come and see the solution. There is no problem. But to define the function, what we have to do? We must write that log of cos of sin x, it has to be greater than or equals to 0. क्योंकि ये रूट के अंदर है. मतलब क्या हुआ? Cos of sin x is greater than equals to e to the power 0. बच्चों यहां पर बेस नहीं है. In calculus the base is always e. मतलब क्या हो रहा है? Cos of sin x is greater than equals to 1. लेकिन cos of any angle, can it be more than 1? Can it be more than 1? No, because cos theta always lies between -1 and 1. Therefore, your cos of sin x, the only value cos of sin x can take is 1. The only value cos of sin x can take is 1. इसका मतलब उसका corresponding y का वैल्यू क्या होगा? मतलब x का वैल्यू कुछ भी हो जाए, sin x is lying from -1 to 1 and cos of sin x is always greater than equals to 1 according to our definition आ रहा है, लेकिन ये हो नहीं सकता. The only possibility is that cos of sin x equals to 1 और cos of sin x equals to 1 होगा. So y will assign the value root over of log 1 और log 1 का होता है 0. So your range will be what? The only value 0. Is it clear? Therefore, the range for this function is only 0. Is it clear? Okay. Let us move for the next problem. Is it clear? Now this is the problem. They have said this sum we will do in a different way. We will simply draw the graph. We will simply draw the graph of this function. And after that, we will find out what is its range. Because the moment we draw the diagram, the moment we draw the graph of the function, easily we can see its range from the graph itself. And that is the best of the best method. Okay, now let us try to draw the graph of this. Y is equals to what? Sin x divided by root over of 1 plus tan square x. 1 plus tan square x is sec square x. And root over of sec square x is, if you write sec x, it will be wrong. Why? Because I taught you anything which comes out of a root sign is always with a mod sign. Anything which comes out of a root sign, remember this, it's always with a mod sign. Therefore, it will be mod of sec x, correct? Minus cos x divided by root over of 1 plus cos square x. मतलब क्या हुआ? Root over of cosec square x. Cosec square x मतलब mod of cosec x, right? So from here we can write y is nothing but sin x mod of cos x minus cos x mod of sin x. Now we have to draw the graph for this function. To draw the graph, we first see what is the period for this function. We all know that the period for sin x and cos x is 2 pi. कितना period होता है? 2 pi. और mod of sin x और mod of cos x, इन दोनों का period क्या होता है? pi. मतलब combinedly इसका period क्या होगा? इसका period होगा 2 pi. क्यों हमने period निकाला? क्योंकि I will simply draw the graph within this period. The moment I draw the graph within this period, after that what I will do? I will simply repeat it. That's exactly what I will try to do. That is why हम लोग इसका period निकाल, and the period is 2 pi. So we will draw the graph only from 0 to 2 pi. That's it. Okay. बच्चों देखो, when x is in the first quadrant, that is x is lying between 0 and pi by 2. In the first quadrant, all are positive. Therefore, your y is assigning the value sin x cos x minus cos x sin x, which is nothing but 0. Clear? When x is in the second quadrant, in second quadrant, sin is positive, cos is negative. Matlab your y will take the value minus sin x cos x minus cos x sin x, which is coming like minus 2 sin x cos x. That is minus of sin 2x. Is it clear? Okay. When x is lying in the third quadrant, matlab x is greater than pi, less than 3 pi by 2. In third quadrant, sin is also negative, cos is also negative. Matlab y will give us minus sin x cos x plus cos x sin x. Therefore, we are getting it 0. Now, when x is in the fourth quadrant, that is x is greater than 3 pi by 2 and less than 2 pi. In the fourth quadrant, cos is positive, sin is negative. So, your y will be sin x cos x plus cos x sin x. So, that gives us what? 2 sin x cos x. That means what? It is sin 2x. Is it clear? मतलब जो भी हमें मिला from 0 to 2 pi इस range के अंदर, let me just write it here. When, then y is 0. बच्चों हम लोग जो हम लोगों को मिला हम यहां पर लिख दिया. Now we will try to draw the graph between 0 and 2 pi. Now observe one thing very carefully. I have deliberately excluded the points x equals to 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2 and 2 pi. I have deliberately excluded those points. Can you tell me why? Write it in the comment box right now. Why I have deliberately eliminated those points. I have not taken those points into my consideration. Why? Write me in the comment box. Okay, so now I will try to draw the graph. But before that, let me just draw the graph of sin 2x. This is what? This is my 0. This is pi by 2. This is pi. This is the graph of y is equals to sin 2x. What is this point? Pi by 4. What is this point? 3 pi by 4. What about this point? 5 pi by 4. What about this point? 7 pi by 4. This is 5 pi by 4. Is it clear? So this is the graph of y equals to sine 2x. We will be needed this thing. Now let us come to the actual function, that is we want to draw the graph of this portion. So let us just try to draw that. Now look it very carefully. This is 0. Let us say this is pi by 2. This is say pi. This is say 3 pi by 2. And this is say 2 pi. Now, when x is lying from 0 to pi by 2, your y is 0. Y is 0 means the x-axis. So, we are taking the portion of x-axis from 0 to pi by 2, both ends open. So, the graph will look something like this. This is open, and we are taking this portion. Right? Is it clear? So, this is this portion. We are talking about this part. Now, when x is lying from pi by 2 to pi, when x is lying from pi by 2 to pi, y equals to minus of sine 2x. Now, what about sine 2x between the range pi by 2 and pi? See this graph. Refer to this graph. Pi by 2 to pi. When x is lying from pi by 2 to pi, this is my pi by 2 and this is my pi. So, your sine 2x is this portion, isn't it so? This is your sine 2x. Now, what about minus of sine 2x? You simply revolve this portion about the x-axis by 180 degrees. Means, this portion will come here. Isn't it so? So, this is the portion of y equals to minus of sine 2x when x is lying between pi by 2 and pi. Therefore, the graph will look something like this. From pi by 2 to pi, both ends open. Is it clear? So this portion. Now, when x is again lying from pi to 3 pi by 2, y is 0. Y is 0 again, the x-axis, and we will only choose the portion between pi and 3 pi by 2. Therefore, the portion is this, which is the x-axis, both ends open. Right? From pi to 3 pi by 2. Now, when x is lying from 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi, y is sine 2x. Now, again refer to this graph. When x is lying from 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi, look the graph very carefully. We are talking about this portion. We are talking about this portion because this is the portion which sine 2x represents when x is lying from 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi. Therefore, we will choose this portion only. That is, the graph will come something like this. Yes or no? You see, the upper limit is 1. The lower limit here is minus 1. Similarly, the upper limit will be 1. And the lower limit for this graph is minus 1. Isn't it so? Okay. So, this is the graph of this function. Right? So, our first portion is over. Now, the second portion. What is the range? Now, easily we can see from the graph itself that your y is lying between minus 1 and 1. Your y is lying between minus 1 and 1. Therefore, the range of this function is lying from minus 1 to 1, and that's your answer. Is it clear to all of you? Absolutely. See, have you observed one thing? That the moment you can draw the graph of the function given, it is very, very easy to say what will be the range of that function. Not only range, everything you can say through a graph. But here, especially in this class, we are only concentrating about the range. That is why I am telling you, the moment you draw the graph, iska range nikalna, koi baat nahi. Is it clear to all of you? So let's end our class here. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed my class. If you have really liked my class, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends. Don't forget me to comment. So your one comment inspires me to create a video of this kind in the future. We are having our learning app in Google Play Store. Link has been given in the description box. You can download it and you can ask me any sort of question there, because I used to come twice a week live in the app. Till then, take care and goodbye, and stay tuned to us.